I promise you, I'm fine. I'm a bit stressed mentally, but I'm fine. I'm just wearing a neutral eye look because I did a challenge. Like, I challenged myself because one of you messaged me on Instagram and told me, can you please do a side-by-side look with the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude and then create that same look with the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes. Tell me, how did I do? And if you want to see which side is which, or is it this or that or even that, then head over to Instagram and TikTok because I uploaded the tutorial already on there. But in today's You Don't Need the Shit video, or you don't need that shit, we need to go through the new releases, the new announcements, the new shit, and I just want to give you a quick low buy update because in my last video I told you that I want to go on the no buy at least until Black Friday. I did good. I bought a bit, but I bought much less than I would have done because, and I don't want to make this an excuse, but I'm coping stress by buying shit. Is this healthy? Fuck no. But it makes me happy. So what I actually picked up is the Chanel highlighter that we are going to talk about in this video. I also picked up what I said 2 or 3 videos ago. There is a Rare Beauty Christmas set with 2 mini blushes and 2 mini highlighters, and I picked that one up too. Did I order something else? I wanted to order the Tom Ford highlight, but Selfridges cancelled my order for whatever reason. And I'm still waiting for Glamlight, Cleonut and Slayfire Cosmetics. But, you know, I did 2 purchases basically this week, which is, for me, compared to my behavior the last couple of months, very good. But now let's head into the post that I saved on You Makeup. And actually, it's not that much, and I'm actually quite happy about that. So let's start. So we're starting with the new Cosmic Brushes release. This is the Gothic palette, and this is already available. I think it has sold out already at this point, but they said they are going to restock this end of November, and then they will release their winter palette. And I was not sure if I want to get this. To be honest, I'm a bit thrown off by the fact that this is basically like Lisa Eldridge Myth, and I love the Myth one. And my friend Jen from Jen's Beauty Nest even did comparison swatches for me that she uploaded in the stories, and they're very, very similar. She also wrote that if you have Lisa Eldridge Myth, you are maybe interested in that. The Cosmic Brushes formulation is much more punchy, like directly color payoff, boom, boom in your face, and you have basically black eye afterwards, which would fit a Gothic theme, you know what I mean. While Lisa Eldridge is much more sophisticated, elevated, and much more buildable, or like it needs more building to have this kind of color payoff. I'm still drawn to the Gothic palette, but I will order this in November when they come out with their winter palette. I have no fucking clue how this winter palette looks like. So I saw the video from Make Me Up Missa, and if you don't know who she is, she's a Scottish content creator. She does the most amazing intense eye looks. I want to lick her eyeballs when I see this, but then I would destroy her makeup, and I think it's illegal to lick somebody's eyeballs. Where was I? Oh, Cosmic Brushes. She raved that whole fucking video about the winter palette because apparently the people who got PR with the Gothic palette already have now the winter palette, and this is hurting my heart because I want to know so bad how the winter palette looks like. But I promise the raves that Missa did, and I will wait until the Gothic palette is restocked end of November and they also have the winter palette, and then I will probably buy both with a bit of a discount code. You know, I do actually have friends who are now affiliated with Cosmic Brushes, which is super cool, so I can support them and save some money. I like the Cosmic Brushes formulation. I do have the Mousse and the Serenity palette, and I really enjoy both. So I'm happy that the Gothic palette is a 12 pin, but I think the winter one is going to be a bigger one again. I think the owner of Cosmic Brushes, they posted, Faye is her name, I think she posted that on her Instagram that the winter one is now going to be big, or I read it somewhere on those like makeup news pages, I don't know. What the fuck, there was a hair. I actually wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about this release, but I thought I will do this, not to draw attention to this disgusting person, but to make you aware of who you are supporting with that. First of all, you know me. I am completely against cancel culture, but I am a person who has standards, and this creator who created these 3 lipsticks, they hurt my standards. They violate my standards, and I am here to warn you about that. You can do whatever you want with that information. If you are still going to buy from this brand or from this creator, it is completely up to you. I myself will not judge anybody. This is not my style. I just wanted to let you know why I am so harsh against this. These are the Ravi Beauty Effortless Lips lipsticks. And the creator behind this brand is Ellie Glines. This is Ellie Glines. I myself used to watch Ellie for the longest time, but I stopped somewhat this year actually because her videos got really repetitive. And the more I myself got into video editing and how to do shit, you know, even though I haven't started filming in the beginning of the year, I was already like reading and what do I need? How do I do this? You know, I was like collecting infos. And the more I got into video editing, I kind of realized that her videos, they throw me off. And I now know why. And you know, the thing is, when I researched more about her, I went down this rabbit hole and I was like, how the fuck was I so blind? How didn't I realize that? And now when I look back, I'm like, yes, they're right. First of all of her videos, her pictures, her images, everything is so heavy filtered. There is even a video from her where she holds her hands up and the lines of her hands blur into the background. She literally has no lines because it's such a smooth and blurred out filter on her whole complexion, which actually throws me off completely. And that is the first no-go for me, because I don't care who you are, but if you put filters on your face to smooth out your complexion, you're not trustworthy to me. I don't mind editing to embrace colors or maybe to hide a tiny pimple with a yellow head. Do this, but don't smooth out your skin. Pores are normal, lines are normal, imperfections are normal. But that's another topic. Then I went down the whole rabbit hole of Ellie Glines and I was completely shook to the core because I don't have a problem with religion. You can believe in whatever the fuck you want, but if you are part of a religion that basically tolerates kids getting married to 40-year-old men and having them for, I don't even want to say that, but for getting pregnant and making more kids and living God's marriage life, whatever, I want to throw up directly in your face, in your motherfucking eyes. This is disgusting. And the third no-go for me that is surrounding her is the fact that she is anti-choice. And I'm not saying she's pro-life. No, she is anti-choice. There is a big, big difference. If we want to take sides here on that topic of abortion and pregnancy and shit, then I can call myself, I am pro-choice, because every woman in this world, no matter what age, has a choice. It is her body and she the fuck can decide if she want to keep a baby or not. It is her choice. She has to deal with the consequences. She has to deal with maybe mental problems that can come after an abortion. It's completely normal to think about that. You go through this in your head over and over again, and it is normal to feel maybe guilty, but it is also normal to feel relieved and freed when you've done this. It all depends on circumstances, and I am not the person to judge anybody who has an abortion. And if anybody in the viewers here is anti-choice, please leave now. I don't want to have you here. And Ellie Glines is very, very anti-choice. And I'm sorry, that makes her just a bad person overall. But again, my standards don't have to be yours. If you want to buy from the brand, do it. But if you're anti-choice, leave it. Leave now. Go. I won't miss you. Oh, and one last thought. I think in her announcement video, I didn't watch it, I just saw clips of it. She said God spoke to her and gave her the names for the brand. Like, not God spoke to her. It's called Google and a dictionary, you dumb shit. I'm just saying. And these are the most basic bitch colors ever to exist. House Labs has a new holiday collection. So they have two sets. One is with their atomic lip shakers. Never tried them actually. And then we have 3 lip oils in the set. I tried one of the lip oils and I fucking hated it. Not because of the texture, because of the tint. I had the pink one and my lips looked like I made out with Barbie. Not cute. But they also come out with eyeshadow palettes. And do you know what I thought of when I saw these? Marc Jacobs. I know Marc Jacobs was like this very sleek and pointy packaging towards the end. This is just straight rectangular. So it could also be hourglass, but I mean, you can't reinvent the wheel, and I kind of like the format. It would actually make me crazy to store it in my shelves because it's like long and narrow, and I would rather have like 3 instead of a row of 6, but nonetheless, I'm not interested in these. This is definitely nothing that I want to buy. I think the second palette with the purple looks better than the first. I like the swatches, but again, no, it's not getting me at all. Spectrum Cosmetics is I think mainly brush brand, and I actually do have one of their bigger sets they released this year, and I love the brushes. And they have a Disney collab with Nightmare Before Christmas. I said it, I will say it again, I hate Disney collabs. I don't need Disney collabs, although I have to admit these brushes look cute. Yes, the puff is cute, the sponge is cute, but again, it's something I would buy without the Nightmare Before Christmas tag on it. Okay, I have to admit something. I never saw Nightmare Before Christmas. So we talked last week about the Adept Cosmetics teaser pic where they showed the Rainbow Rider from the comics as an inspiration for the next palette. And I said that I'm expecting a 15-pan multi-chrome palette, but in bold, just like the Seahorse, but bold. And this is what we got. Kind of makes sense, kind of doesn't. No. I mean, it is rainbowish, it is cute, but it's an $86 rainbow highlighter palette where in all of the pans you have 3 different shades pressed next to each other. And as soon as you mix them, they will all look super dirty. No, thank you. Adept Cosmetics has released a new eyeshadow 9-pan palette. It's the smoked out palette for $50 or $49. I just want to ask, and I think I did this in my Adept Cosmetics first impression video where I used the sparkle liquid eyeshadows and the 2 quads. I want to just know, who on earth declared that Adept Cosmetics is a high-end brand? I don't know why, but Adept Cosmetics to me is an indie drugstore brand. I know this kind of sounds like rude, but I don't mean it rude. But I just don't see Adept Cosmetics as a luxury brand. I think the palette though looks pretty. But charging $50 for that? The eyeshadow formulation is not that good, to be honest. It's solid, it's nice, but it's not worth $50. No. Darlings, the Fire Rose quad is back. People went nuts over this. So Fire Rose was limited edition 2 years ago, I think, or 3 years ago, and people loved this. I have to admit, I think this quad looks stunning. The looks with this quad you can create will all have this deep, vampy, sophisticated, man-stealing, I don't know, boudoir. I'm losing words to describe this feeling, but you know what I mean? This is the vibe that I get from this quad. But I have these shades already and I actually don't like the quads, even though everybody is saying that in Fire Rose the quality is different. Maybe it was back then, but I'm pretty sure that now, I don't know, maybe they changed the formulation to fit the clean vibe. I don't know. I have to admit though, I bought the Beautyverse palette and I posted the look over on Instagram, and this is surprisingly good. Completely different formulation than the quads. But again, no, I can easy skip this. We have a couple of sets from Huda Beauty and Wishful coming, but I want to talk about one specific set, and that is the Kayali Discovering Layering set. If you never tried Kayali perfume, I highly recommend getting this. They are quite small, so you get 1.5 ml per pan, but the set is only $25 and you get 8 different Kayali scents to try out. I love that. I wish all the brand would do that, and I also wish that Kayali did a 4 times the 10 ml version of her new Oud scents in a set. That I would have bought too. But this Discovery set is actually really awesome, and I highly recommend trying this if you've never tried Kayali scents. It's just a safe way to try them. I don't get this. Who asked for a watermelon dew candle? With notes of sweet and juicy watermelon, hints of bergamot, and a touch of amber, watermelon dew inspires memories of glowing skin all year round. I don't know what to say about this. Do you know what sign could have printed on that candle too? Cash grab. This is not even appealing looking. Like the ugly metal tin with a sticker on it that says watermelon dew. This is a candle I would probably put up in my bathroom, but definitely not on the like couch desk or like on the cupboard somewhere to say, oh, my memory of glowing skin and the way, you know. Is somebody seeing themselves sitting on the couch in the winter? Maybe you're watching a movie, you had just the best dinner ever for Christmas, or like, I don't know, how's it called? Thanksgiving in the States. And then somebody is lighting up your watermelon dew candle and you're sitting there and be like, I wish my skin was that glowing again like it did 2 weeks ago. Huh? They're not even painting a cozy picture to me. This is just, this is a cash grab, nothing else. I'm sure it smells nice. I'm sure. I like the description, yes, but no. So the Chanel Fall Makeup Highlighters. This is what I talked about in the beginning of the video. I bought this. I bought the white ones in the middle with the stars, like the one that is totally in the middle of this picture. And at first there was a source who had this information from a Chanel counter or from a Chanel salesperson that these will not launch in Europe, but they now did. If you want to grab them, they're limited edition. I never tried a Chanel highlight, but to be honest, since I tried the Chanel Fall Blush, I am kind of Chanel-ing around, and I can't wait to try this highlighter. And the pearly white one looks actually like something that has more glitter than glow, and I like that. I'm reminded of Fenty Diamond Skin. No, not Diamond Skin. How Many Carats, the Diamond Bomb How Many Carats. The swatches looked like that, but a bit softer. So I'm curious. Okay, last week we talked about the new sneak peeks from Nomad Cosmetics, and I was so fucking right. I said this does not look like an eyeshadow palette, this looks like skincare. And we have a mix out of skincare and an eyeshadow palette. We have the lip salve, which is just a lip balm, and then we have a face mist. And I think we also have a face cream when I see it here. Yes, there's also a face cream, like a moisturizer. And we have also an eyeshadow palette. It's a 6-pan. I could not be less interested in this. Thank you for saving money for me, Nomad Cosmetics. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of people do lose their minds because I've seen that they are demanding a neutral palette from Nomad Cosmetics. And I also kind of like the fact that they tried to go neutral but started with a 6-pan. I think it's a great idea. It's a great way to satisfy your customer base that are like screaming for a neutral eyeshadow pan, or eyeshadow palette, better said. And for me, it's nothing. Like, this is not my vibe, but I like the idea behind that, and I see how a lot of people love this. And how crazy is that? We are already at the last post. But here we have the Glam Light, and what's it? actually got the Friday the 13th collection that actually launched on Friday 13th. This is a whole overview. So we have an eyeshadow palette, we have highlighter, we have a lip kit, we have the bag again, then we have a mirror, we have a cute brush set, a candle, and lashes. A lot of these things are not really interesting. I think the most interesting one is actually the eyeshadow palette. So let's take a closer look to the eyeshadow palette. This is interesting. First of all, I am a bit sad about the fact that they put the reds that a lot of people were missing in the Ghostface palette in the Friday the 13th, and they doubled it. So we have a matte red, and I think one is a metallic red. I wish that they would have used the metallic red in the Ghostface palette. Oh, by the way, I still don't have my Ghostface collection, but it got shipped today as I film it. So when you see the video, it's probably on its way or maybe out for delivery already. Overall, I have to say I like this. I kind of like the way they went with this palette, and I'm actually considering buying it when it comes to Monolith Shop. I went on the Glamlight website just this morning to see how much the whole collection is, but I decided that this is definitely nothing for me. I'm not the biggest fan of this, you know? Jason and Friday 13th and stuff, I watched one of the movies. I think it was Friday the 13th, like the second part of it, whatever. And this movie I watched when I think I was 12, and I remember that I was in Russia at my grandma's house, and we didn't even watch that in like a language I understand. We watched that in Russian, but this video like the movie, not the video, traumatized me so much. I still remember laying in bed at my grandma's house, and we had on the upper floor, it was, I don't know, you came up the stairs, and then I had to turn twice right to get into the room where I slept in. And I was not able to look outside of the door and see what's in the hallway there. And I laid awake the whole fucking night because I just had such a fast heartbeat. I was panicking the whole night. Like, I got so traumatized by that movie. Why did my dad let me watch that? Now I can laugh about that, but if you would do this today to your kids, you're cancelled. But in general, this is not a collection that really gets me in like the Ghostface one. I like the palette. I like the take on the palette. I think with the greens and the blues. But do you know what this actually reminds me of? This one, the Nomad Cosmetics Ghost Town palette. Am I crazy? The blues, the greens. The only thing that's missing in the Ghost Town palette is actually the red. But other than that, I think they are very, very similar. I have to wait for swatches. I will watch some reviews on this and how this palette performs, and then I will decide if I get this or not. I think I have to at least wait another month to get it on Monolith Shop, because now they're selling the Ghostface palette, but only as pre-order. To be honest, there were so many more things that got announced this week, but it was just boring. It was nothing where I was like, yeah, this is worth saving. And a lot of the things were just stuff that I didn't even have an opinion on it. And this video does not make sense if I don't have an opinion on it, because a lot of you, I think, do watch this to just see me rant. So please let me know down below. Is there anything in the new releases that is really tempting for you? Is there anything that I might have missed? Oh, one thing before we end the video. If you see something, please tag me on the post, like comment, tag me on those release pictures on Instagram so that I can see this, because sometimes I miss a lot of posts, because when I work, I don't have time to scroll all day through Instagram, when I have days off, I sometimes do this, but you know what I mean. If there is any interesting release that you want to see me talking about, tag me on Instagram under that post so that I can save it for the next video. And now, please do not forget to check out the info box down below. We have TikTok, Instagram, where you can buy me pizza, also my YesStyle link and YesStyle code, that is affiliated, you know that I wrote it there. And but you know, you can buy me slices of pizza to support the channel with like real money, but of course you don't have to. What's the more bigger support? You know, the the like more impactful thing that you can do is definitely subscribing, commenting, liking, just engaging with the video. First of all, I love to interact with you, and second of all, I love to gather just more of those people of you here in this little family so we can have fun with makeup. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you in the next one.